the energy of the future, and today we are at a place where future happens now. We are on top of Gross Mountain and the opening of amazing, audacious project, Eye of the Wind.
This Eye of the Wind is a victory for each and every one of us and for a future generation.
Yeah, the first concept of the Eye of the Wind took place in 2003, and we were struggling to find alternative sources of power because our power producer couldn't supply us. So at that time, wind energy was becoming topical, and I started to investigate how we could do this. I took a trip to Italy to take a look at a prototype, and I stood on the work platform, and after being there no more than a minute, suddenly the blades started to turn, and for me that was a realization that this was the solution.
We are now in a viewport of an Eye of the Wind, and behind me blades are moving at an amazing 185 miles per hour. This turbine can generate enough electricity to power 400 homes a year.
If you think out 20 years, I can tell you we're going to have an awful lot of energy that's going to be driven by wind.
This is a very creative idea, and we think for the future it should provide encouragement for young people because it's clean energy, doesn't contribute to the pollution that we've experienced in the past. So it helps keep the air clear for our lungs and for our wildlife and the environment generally. And it, obviously, from a climate change perspective, this type of energy is preferable because it doesn't add to the carbon emissions that contribute to global warming.
So what can this wind do for Gross Mountain?
What the wind can do is not just for Grouse Mountain, it's what the wind can do for the world. And we want to be that beacon that shows people the path forward to embrace alternative energy and get off our addiction to petroleum. Even if 1% of the people who visit the Eye of the Wind decide that they want to make something different, that's going to be thousands and tens of thousands of people who are going to be out there using their imaginations to break out of the inertia that we find ourselves in today. And I don't know what the next idea is going to be. I don't know who's going to come up with it or how impactful it's going to be. But when somebody sees this and understands the creativity and the courage it took to get it done and decides that they want to have that same commitment, that's when the world will start to change.
Well, it seems to me the wind of change is blowing and there is no coming back. I'm Lubica with CHIC TV. Until next week, stay eco-chic.